guys are excited about this fight, but I don't think you understand what a big deal it is. This is a perfect storm. Canelo Alvarez, Bud Crawford, live on Netflix, September 13th, Las Vegas, Nevada.
You could say the most compelling moments in boxing are moments like this one, when the best of the best come face to face. This is an extremely rare, seismic event. The two greatest boxers on earth colliding.
Yeah. Hey, watch it. You better watch it.
Canelo Alvarez has long been his sport's most famous name. A proud son of Guadalajara, Mexico, who's written his own legend into the history of his fighting-crazed nation.
For me to represent Mexico is a lot of responsibility. We have a lot of good champions, but you know what? That's what I work for.
The coronation is complete! All hail King Canelo!
Canelo's taken on every great champion of his generation.
Viva Mexico!
Save one.
Fighting out of Omaha.
Terence Bud Crawford.
Yes!
A natural-born fighter from the mean streets of Omaha, Nebraska, who found his calling in the controlled violence of the sweet science.
The gym was my happy place because I get to do what I love to do, and that's fight.
They've been trying to keep us down since day one. What we do, we prove them wrong every time.
Mamma mia! Terence Crawford has made history!
Boxing and Bud were a perfect match.
The pound-for-pound king!
And each time he stepped into the ring as a pro, he emerged victorious.
On top of the boxing world!
For years, fans have dreamed of a time when these two stories would intersect.
I grew up with nothing, and I have everything.
I didn't have as many people believe in me.
To prosperity and victory.
I had to go through so much to get to where I am now, and I wasn't wanting any other way.
On September 13th, the moment will finally arrive.
Watch us shock the world.
This is the tale of the two best boxers of their generation.
You need to do something you really love.
I ain't steered y'all wrong yet, have I?
Not at all.
I'm not worried about him. I'm gonna do my thing.
I'm the best fighter in the world. September 13th, it'll be proven.
In a fight that only comes along once in a lifetime. This is Countdown, Canelo versus Crawford. Only a select few can relate to what Terence Bud Crawford and Saul Canelo Alvarez are trying to do, because so few have been there and done that.
Marker?
I appreciate that, Roy. You've done this before, man.
Just think when Ali was fighting those days, Frazier, Foreman, all those guys, they were fighting each other constantly. Everybody fought everyone. That's the reputation you want to have in the fight business, that you're not afraid of anybody, you'll fight anyone.
Un legendario, una leyenda, es un peleador que hace historia en el boxeo, que gana campeonatos mundiales, que gana peleas épicas.
When I was #1 pound for pound, my goal to fight the best. You can't be the best if you ducking some fighters. It will ruin your legacy, it will ruin your name.
When you fight the best fighters, anything is liable to happen. But you're willing to take that risk to prove that you're the best. If you don't take that risk, there's no way you can ever say you're the best.
Two of the greatest fighters of their era fighting each other. Either one of them win this fight, they're the best fighter of the era.
Two undisputed champions, and this is the best time for them to fight. The outcome of this fight is gonna linger for a long time.
Good morning. Good morning. It's the sit down. I want to be remembered as one of the all-time greats. I gotta go through Canelo to do it. Terence Crawford, victory over Canelo Alvarez, or put me on Mount Rushmore.
I think this fight is gonna be one of the best fights in the boxing history because everything is involved. Our legacies, Netflix. It's a big moment for boxing. How are you?
Saul. How are you?
Good, and you?
Nice
Good to see you.
Your Godfather watch is ready, finally.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you.
I really love it, yeah.
This, you have one like this, but you have a gold plain one. This is a diamond one. This is Bugatti, just to show you.
How much is that one?
It's a little bit more expensive. This is 550,000.
How much is this?
900,000.
Nine. Yeah, I want this one.
Do you want to take it with you now or
Si.
send it to you?
No, now.
Okay.
This is 900, 1
There's
million.
900,000 and there's 1 million. Piece unique dragon in platinum.
Give me that one too.
This is my
Oh.
crazy watch. $1.4 million.
I have $1.4 million in my hand. Yeah, I want this one too.
Okay. No problem.
Right? It's very hard to don't say that. Give me that one. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, okay?
In a world where pain is the price of progress, some men pay in full. And while most buy watches in order to tell time, others buy them to remind the world their time has arrived. Saúl Canelo Alvarez is the pride of Mexico.
Canelo, Álvarez, forever.
Anywhere you go in the country, and certainly here in his hometown of Guadalajara, he's more than a champion. He's an idol. One of the best pound-for-pound boxers ever to step into a ring, Canelo is the most bankable star in the sport today. As one of the most recognizable faces in all of Mexico, he's often consumed by the chaos of his own fame. But most of that outside noise fades once he returns home. Here, he's just Papa, focused not on fighting, but family.
Le hablas y le jalas poquito, va a empezar a bailar. No le jales tanto, beba, hacia adelante. Y mándale besitos. Every time I'm here, I try to spend time with them as much as I can. It's very difficult for me to spend time with them because I'm not here most of the time. I always tell my wife, it's good to miss people because then you know you love them so much.
Do you feel that way too?
No, yo no pienso así. Me dice, no, es bueno extrañar, pero pues lo extraño. Cada concentración son 2 meses, entonces...
Es diferente.
Es diferente.
Con un 4 línea.
Sí, sí, sí. No tenemos una fecha exacta porque queremos que sea un parto natural, pero aproximadamente en septiembre.
You want it before or after the fight?
Before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I can travel.
So you're going to go to the fight?
Yeah, of course.
I think being a father is more harder than anything because sometimes you think you're doing the correct things and you don't. Sometimes give everything to your kids is a bad thing. This is all mine. You can enjoy it, but at the same time, it's very important to put in their minds that you need to do something you really love, you really want, and accomplish your goals.
Growing up, we all search for purpose in the quiet corners of life. But in Mexico, there's one particular purpose that doesn't whisper. It roars. Echoing from every corner, louder than traffic, from alleyways and open-air gyms. Here, becoming a fighter isn't just an option, it's a calling.
En el boxeo, el mexicano tiene un ADN especial. Se va hasta la muerte. No le importa nada más que ganar. Entrena y tiene una resistencia enorme. Y sobre todo, su corazón, su sangre, el antecedente de ser aztecas, mayas, Todo eso sale en el mexicano. Eso significa el boxeo para el mexicano.
Tucked away in the Antigua Pinal neighborhood of Guadalajara, you'll find a gym where young fighters come seeking more than just training. They're searching for hope. Hope that this man, Jose Don Chepo Reynoso, will do for them what he did years ago for a quiet red-haired boy who showed up one day here, turning him into one of the greatest fighters in the world.
Lo primero que busco es que sea disciplinado. Y la pregunta, ¿por qué quieres entrenar?
Dale, Memín, dale. Voltea al costal, no volteas conmigo. Más rapidez, más rapidez, más rapidez, vamos.
At 14 years old, Saul Alvarez walked into this gym and quickly earned a nickname that one day would become synonymous with boxing preeminence.
El Canelito, yo le puse el nombre porque le decían apodos. Y él, como tenía pecas y todo eso, pues le daba mucha carrilla. Y ya le dije, no, él es el Canelito. Fue Canelito al principio, pero luego ya fue creciendo hasta que fue Canelo.
He was a chubby little Irish-looking kid with freckles, the most Irish-looking Mexican fighter you ever see.
Canelo Alvarez didn't spend a lot of time as a prospect. By 15, he was already proving the extent of his gifts and the consequences of his strength in amateur bouts. The only problem, perhaps, was that he was too good, too sharp, too strong, which meant no one else on the rise wanted anything to do with him.
Muchos boxeadores no querían pelear con Saúl por la pegada que tenía. Era un niño.
I always go to the amateur fights to fight. I'm weighing everything and I never fight.
Most fighters spend their teen years as amateurs honing their skills before turning pro. But since no amateurs in Mexico were willing to test their luck with Canelo, Reynoso, his trainer, took a massive gamble.
Chepo said, you know what? Prepare yourself because in 1 month you're gonna turn professional. You know, I was so happy. 15 years old, I turned professional fighter.
I saw Canelo fight online when he was a teenager. And the first thing you could see is, damn, there's a crowd there. But even then, you could not only see the skill, but you could see a certain kind of charisma.
People don't realize he learned on the job. He came in boxing at 15 years old with just a few amateur fights. That doesn't happen.
Anyone can be anointed the next face, but you really have to prove yourself in the boxing ring, and Canelo was gonna make his presence known.
The first big step forward was March 5th, 2011, when Canelo took on Matthew Hatton for the super welterweight world title at just 20 years of age.
Matthew Hatton's a real fighter. Canelo Alvarez, it looks like to me, is going to be a real good fighter.
Maybe even great.
Canelo's win over Hatton made him one of the youngest Mexican champions in history. His rise had been so swift, it hardly felt real to even the man who lived it.
Look back and you say, oh my God, look how much I accomplished already. It's like you're in a jet ski and you go from the beach and you turn back and you see, oh my God, where is the beach? It's like that, just like that.
Birthday boy! Birthday boy!
Oh, yeah!
Birthday bumps are still a tradition in some places. And when you have an army of brothers, good friends, and a world champion father, there are a lot of whacks to go around. Such is life for Terence Bud Crawford's 9-year-old son, Takari.
Is that what birthdays are like in the Crawford household?
Yeah, they get whooped.
I just hold my kids close and, you know, watch them and make sure that everything that I put in them is what I want to put in them. Do your homework. Come up with, you know, plans, things that you like, write them down. But at the same time, we living in a soft era, you know, so I try to, you know, toughen them up.
Tough love runs deep for Bud and is as much a part of who he is as his hometown of Omaha, Nebraska. And as far away as life may take him, he always finds his way back.
tried to move on but got motion sick. It's hard to forget when the dark days hit. It's cruel, remember the things I didn't do, and a dark day hits once more.
I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. It's like any other city. It's crime, it's drugs, it's violence. Sometimes it's kill or be killed. Every day in the hood is a battle. I was one of them little angry kids that had to go see counselors and shrinks. They all wondered what was wrong with me, and I didn't know. It's very hard because you grew up in an area full of poverty. Your friends is on Section 8, their parents is on welfare. My dad was in the Navy, so he was always gone. And my mom raising us by herself, you know, my mom was tough. You know, loving but tough.
I gotta raise y'all, and I'm gonna raise y'all the right way. That's what I did. He's on top of the world right now. I did something right.
It's a valid point. If you focus the story of Terence Bud Crawford on the challenges childhood presented him, you'll miss the point. His tale isn't so much about what happened to him. It's about what he did in response, making his way through these doors at the age of 7.
We're in Omaha, Nebraska, at CW Boxing Club. CW stands for Carl Washington. Every day that I walk in Omaha, I see someone that's came through this program. I kind of dedicated this to all these guys that have been in boxing in this area. Some passed a long time ago. This one died a couple of weeks ago. A lot of people know me as not just a boxing individual. They know that I've helped pull a lot of people out of gangs, and I tried to pull Bud away from some of that stuff. You may be on that bag for 10 minutes straight. That means keep working.
One day he seen me walking around the neighborhood and asked me if I was interested in boxing, and I was like, I'll try it. I was 7 years old. I had my first fight at 8.
The center wall here is my Bud Crawford wall. Probably the most noticeable thing in this wall is this picture right here. He was 8 years old and a little guy with a lot of power.
So the CW Boxing Club became a haven for the kid everyone called Bud. But what he cultivated there was even more than just the skills to become a world champion. It was under this roof where he found his second family, Team Crawford, many of whom remain by his side today.
Bo started here when he was 8. Bernard started here when he was 13. Saul started here also. They all started here. You might as well say Team Crawford is Team CW also.
I'm rebel in the bottom till I lay down the law.
8, 9, 10 years old, just trying to make his way around the gym, messing with everybody, doing his best he could to be a boxer. You know, trying to figure it out.
Man, you know I'm weight number 1, baby boy. Here I come. That's all I gotta say.
He always wanted to challenge people. If we said some kid is better than him in the gym, Bud wanted to make sure that you prove it.
Man, Bud, what you gonna do to these chumps? Man, I don't know. You gonna have to wait to see that.
There would be a long and winding path to prove what he was capable of.
That's my man!
Unlike Canelo Alvarez, Crawford's route through the amateur boxing circuit would be an odyssey.
Your winner out of the blue corner, Terence Crawford.
I didn't have as many people believe in me as Canelo Alvarez. I didn't fight on the main stages like Canelo Alvarez. 2 totally different roads.
He would go to tournaments. Where are you from? Where's that? Nebraska?
From 1995 to 2007, he fought a total of 70 amateur bouts, losing 12 times, and being tested in ways that would try even the most dedicated of competitors.
And the amateurs, looking at how good these fighters was, you're like, man, if you're not on their level, you're not making it in the pros. I want to be like them. I want to compete like them, you know, so I go to the gym and I just train. I was more focused and I was putting more time and work into my craft.
In 2008, Bud Crawford was 20 when he finally turned pro. And over the next 6 years, he systematically worked his way past everyone in his path.
He drops him on his nose.
In 2014 came a milestone. Fighting for the first time as a professional in his hometown, with more than 1 million people tuning in on television, Crawford dispatched Olympic gold medalist Yuriokis Gamboa.
It was his coming out party. I'm ready to prove to the world that I'm a crusher, and he morphed to who he is today.
What we realized that night was that Crawford had another gear, that elite level.
It's all over.
Terence Crawford has become an American star.
Crawford would steamroll through a succession of contenders from there, including Victor Postal, Amir Khan, and Kell Brook.
Terence Crawford, TKO.
All along continuing his unbeaten streak against some of the biggest names in the sport.
Sean Porter. Oh, God. That was the best. Between rounds, I believe it was the 10th round. You can see he's listening to somebody. He's like, he's up? Okay. All right, I'll be right back. Went out there, the first punch landed. He put Sean Porter on his back. Oh, that guy is amazing, man. That guy is amazing. My bad.
You did it again, baby.
On July 29th, 2023, a still undefeated Terence Crawford stepped onto the biggest stage of his career to date. For a showdown with another unbeaten fighter, Errol Spence Jr., with the undisputed welterweight championship of the world and the pound-for-pound crown at stake.
Turn this shit up, man. Show them what you're working with.
The fight was supposed to be close. It was anything but.
And there's a combination that drops Errol Spence for the first time in his career.
After that first knockdown, that was it. I knew he was going to dominate him.
It cannot be overstated how shocking that fight was. Crawford was able to drop Spence so easily the way he did and dominate Spence the way he did.
Crawford making it look way too easy.
That was the most lopsided destruction between two undefeated fighters. He destroyed him.
It is all Terence Crawford.
We saw Crawford with power, knocking down the bigger man in Spence and eventually knocking him out.
Mamma mia! Terence Crawford has made history!
That fight, I think, elevated Crawford to the level like, okay, that's the guy.
If you've seen my reaction after the Spence fight, I was excited, but I wasn't like, oh, I beat Spence. It was something that I already knew was gonna happen. I just needed the opportunity to show everyone.
For Terence Crawford, who still has never lost a professional fight, greatness has no finish line. But fighting Canelo Alvarez on September 13th, the most famous boxer in the world and best fighter he's ever faced, is certainly more than just the next big name on a list. It's a chance to redefine the way history will forever see him.
Is there a fighter in the world that can beat Bud Crawford? I ain't came across him yet. Everything happened for a reason, and I truly and firmly believe the reason for me to be in this situation right now is to become 3-time undisputed champion of the world. History will be made September 13th.
We got Canelo, we got Terence Crawford. I think for any sports fan, you want to see the best fight the best.
Canelo the shit. I don't go against him at all. I'm not hesitating. Crawford will beat Canelo.
Anyone that thinks Crawford has a chance is a complete idiot.
How does he fare against Canelo?
He can't beat Canelo.
The weight class is no good for him.
I've never seen anybody move up 2 classes and be successful.
If anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. He might get hurt. That might activate him.
He's going to have to box a brilliant fight.
He thinks he can outbox Canelo.
I think he can outbox Canelo too until he get hit.
Canelo's gonna come at him hard, but Crawford, he's a dog. He has that heart.
How do you see that fight? Who do you like?
Terence.
Wow.
Friend, but it's crazy man. Terence.
different man.
You'd put your money on Crawford.
Yes. All you need is that little bit of an edge, and I think Crawford has that.
Dude, I'm going against the grain. I'm going Crawford.
It's gonna be an absolute dogfight. I have to go Canelo, but that'll be one of the best fights.
You think you have enough power to hurt the great Canelo?
Of course.
When you look in his eyes, do you see a fighter that could possibly beat you?
No, never.
Canelo, nobody has ever put him on the canvas. Up to this moment in his career has been utterly knockout proof.
There's always a way. Put it that, there's always a way.
I also think he's one of those guys that if you tell him he can't do something, he wants to show you and shock the world.
1,000%.
And we're going to see two of the greatest fighters in history go at it. What more could you ask than that?
Canelo es el número uno aquí según en México por mucho tiempo, ¿da? Es un magnífico peleador, muy entregado a su trabajo, muy disciplinado, ¿da? Canelo es un ejemplo para nosotros los mexicanos.
Desde los aztecas somos luchadores. La garra mexicana que tenemos, para mí Crawford es un gran peleador, pues puede ser muy reñida, pero pues confiamos en que el Canelo va a triunfar.
It's just a few days before Canelo leaves for the Sierra Nevada mountains to begin his training camp. There, the high altitude will better prepare him for the potentially draining 12-round fight that awaits. But for now, at sea level, there's a bit more time to play with his toys, a bit more quality time for family before going to work.
It's very nice to hang out with my family. When you find out you're blessed, I love them. But I always say the transition to training camp is all about mind. And my family knows already. I know I need to do my work. You always want something bigger, and I always looking for being a world champion, and then I find out, is there other things to accomplish? And I start find out, oh, this is more than boxing. It's about your life too.
¿Te quieres ir adelante para que no te hiere el polvo?
Even after all the knockouts and all the victories over his 20-year professional career, September 13th could define his legacy one way or another. The two best pound-for-pound fighters of their era colliding in Las Vegas on Mexican Independence Weekend, reinvigorating the sport and thrilling the fans who have been waiting for a moment just like this one to happen.
I'm here in boxing to make history, and winning for me means a lot in this fight because he's one of the best in the last 15 years. He accomplished a lot, and I accomplished a lot, and I think it's a perfect match.
Today, Canelo's popularity, wealth, and place in boxing history is secure. But he wasn't always the biggest attraction on the card. In 2013, when he was just 23, Canelo risked it all. Against the most feared, most untouchable, and by far the biggest name in boxing at the time.
Mayweather pounding. Floyd Mayweather is a dose of cold reality. Mayweather knockout victory.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. was boxing's undisputed king. At age 36, he himself had navigated the sport without a loss. Canelo, the ring's rising prince, was fearlessly stepping into the lion's den. Chances of a loss be damned.
Para mí, Mayweather, lo mejor que han visto mis ojos, lo máximo. Yo creí que ya estaba listo, Saúl, pero ya después me di cuenta que Mayweather a todos los rivales los medía.
Here we go!
I was not ready for that fight, but in my mind, I think I'm ready. You know, when you're young, you think you're ready for everything.
Here comes Canelo inside. Misses, catches him downstairs. Misses that one. Absolutely no damage done. Canelo's frustrated.
Mayweather's experience, his impenetrable defense, and sheer greatness was on full display that night, suffocating Canelo and handing him his first loss.
He's the future. Floyd is the present.
The winner of the Super Welterweight Championship of the World, Floyd Money
really wanted to win. But I lose with one of the best in the boxing history. I learned a lot, and I say, look, one day I'm gonna be the best fighter.
Floyd would be the first one to say he decided to face Canelo at 23 because he knew, give him a couple more years, he's gonna beat the crap out of me.
Canelo is a young, strong champion. I take my hat off to him. I take my hat off to the country of Mexico. And a true champion like Canelo, he can take a loss and bounce back.
Floyd Mayweather went into the dressing room after that fight. He said, when I'm done, you're gonna be at the top of this sport. But you're talking about arguably the greatest fighter of all time, telling you that you are going to carry the torch.
That was probably the best thing that ever happened to a young fighter who was being very, very dominant. It forces you to look back and say, I can be beaten and I need to be better.
To say that Canelo Alvarez got better from there would be an understatement. Over the next several years, he sharpened his craft, rose higher through the ranks, and dominated multiple weight classes. Along the way, establishing himself as one of the most bankable athletes in all of sports.
He goes on and he wins belts, and not just wins belts, but he's the money guy. He's the guy who commands the purse. And sometimes when you have this big built-in following, so you have financial clout, you can use that to avoid tough fights. He didn't do that. He used his clout to make tough fights.
And new.
Kovalev hurt. Kovalev's down. Kovalev's out. It's over. That fast.
I really think that it was the run that he had, beating 3 undefeated boxers. Callum Smith beat him up.
And this one is over.
It was Billy Joe Saunders, broke his orbital bone.
And it's over. They have stopped the fight.
Stopped Caleb Plant.
Oh, and Plant goes down for the first time in his career.
Beating those 3 undefeated fighters back to back like that. And he did it all between a 1.5-year span. Now he's one of the greats.
The coronation is complete. All hail King Canelo.
By the end of 2021, Canelo had become Mexico's first undisputed champion and the undisputed face of boxing. His place amongst the greats secured. His satisfaction measured only by the battles ahead. Omaha, Nebraska's cultural legacy runs deep. The city prides itself on the natives who have represented it in the past, and just as much the figures who continue to do so today. Stars like Terence Crawford. He's the soul of the community here in his North Omaha neighborhood. It would be hard to find anyone else more revered anywhere in town.
Mr. Crawford. Gotta put a Mr. on that. That's the champ.
Bud is basically the same guy. You know, he still talk a lot of BS. Thinks he can beat you at any and everything you've ever done in life. I mean, let him tell he can cut hair better than me. We've all known people that have gotten successful and, what's the term, you know, forget where they came from. I can't say that about him. The man would do anything for you if he felt you needed it. And that's special. That's special.
That's one of the first newspaper clippings they had. I mean, you can tell you can't even read the letters anymore. But that was his first one. One of his first fights where Omaha finally, you know, put him in the paper, you know, for something that he really accomplished. And you see how faded it is, and it's been there forever, and it ain't going nowhere. His mentality, his focus, his determination, he got all that right here in Omaha, right down that street. I guarantee you, when he fights Canelo on the 13th, half of Omaha gonna be in Vegas, and the other half gonna be right here screaming his name to the top of our lungs, waiting on that W. And that's that. And he gonna get that W. He's gonna get that W.
Even with the means to move to a big city and the extravagance it may provide, Crawford never left Omaha. And today is raising his 7 children in the same place that shaped him. Intent on being as dedicated a presence at home as he is in the ring.
Say hi, Grandma. Give Grandma a hug. We're at my son Zaire's 2nd birthday party. I just landed here, went straight to the house, then came straight here. Then I gotta leave again at 7 o'clock tonight. So I only got a couple of hours here. You better watch out, dude, before I have to beat you up on camera.
Do it.
If I have to beat you up on camera. If I have to beat you up on camera.
You know, he doesn't miss a beat when it comes to the kid's birthday, okay? He's in camp, no matter what, he comes back and make his presence. And I love that about him. He's a great father.
When he grow up and he look back and he see pictures of his birthdays and things like that, he gonna always see his father there. And you know, that's gonna mean more to him than me being the champion of the world. I'm definitely gonna be tired when I hit that plane tonight, but it's all worth it.
One harsh truth of life as a boxer is that it's best to hold training camps away from the comforts and distractions of home. Which is why Crawford is heading west today. First to Las Vegas for some pre-camp work before beginning training in earnest in Colorado Springs. But as always, he's taking a bit of Omaha with him in the form of a collection of coaches who have traveled what feels like 1,000,000 miles with him since day one.
This is my first time on a private jet. They for serving food and everything. It's nice.
Now who the fuck you get that from?
We was on the chitlin circuit, man. You ever seen like those old R&B groups back in the 60s? And they riding in the old station wagon and they stopping at this bar to perform and that bar to perform and they getting $20. Humble beginnings, humble beginnings. We would drive to Colorado, 5 of us in a Nissan Altima, staying in La Quinta together, snoring, farting, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's the truth.
Hold on, don't touch them. They already cheated. I'm gonna tell you why.
Your coach better help you.
I won't even say that we suffering, but you know, we in the trenches together, right? That's why we so tight like that. We all just good people, I feel like. That's why we sticking together.
Being outsiders gave them identities. Fuck the boxing establishment. We're from Omaha, and it's made their team a lot stronger.
Since he was coming up, somebody was trying to take him out of Omaha, but he believed in us, and we believe in him. So that keeps us together.
Now you got fighters going to Omaha to be trained by Bo Mack and them.
Cheers. Team Crawford. That's right.
I had the opportunity coming out of the amateurs. They wanted me to leave and move out of town and change coaches and change teams, but we made it. So if you don't believe in the team that you with, why are you with them?
While training camps are typically grounded in familiar routines and rhythms, the 42nd fight of Bud Crawford's career presents a sizable new challenge. He's moving up 2 weight classes, from 154 pounds to the super middleweight limit of 168, which means, among other things, in Canelo Alvarez, he'll be facing the heaviest opponent of his career, and likely so, the hardest punches too.
Yip, 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 step off. And we got a big-ass challenge ahead of us.
Step off.
But that's what makes fighters great, when they go out and get the biggest challenges they can get.
Punch, catch, go.
Don't let anyone tell you that the weight doesn't matter. It makes this a monumental accomplishment for Crawford.
Putting on muscle don't actually mean that you're gonna be slower, but you punch a little harder.
He is willing to take a risk. This is literally uncharted territories for Terence Crawford.
I don't care. He can weigh 200. That's gonna be bad on him.
So I double up them shots. There you go.
It's Crawford's particular ability to punch above his weight that's earned him this shot. A notion no one appreciates more than a fighter he's beaten. 2-time world champion, friend, and Las Vegas local, Shawn Porter.
For me to look in his eyes and not see any sort of doubt, either before the fight, during the fight, Never saw it from him. And to me, that's what's needed for anyone getting in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. Canelo hasn't seen that since he fought Floyd Mayweather.
Be cautious about your hands. They coming from the chin. What you want? Thank you.
He's taking naysayers in the ring with him. He's gonna be fighting Canelo Alvarez. He's also gonna be fighting the crowd. He's also gonna be fighting every naysayer that he's ever come across his entire life. I feel like that's what this fight's all about.
What? What, Nico? Hey, I'm not messing with you.
This is a fight more than any other for how they'll be remembered. Crawford looks at Canelo and he sees his white whale.
Canelo Alvarez has built himself into a global superstar, but a lot of his legacy is going to be tied to what happens on September 13th.
They have enough money. They have enough accolades. They're fighting for legacy.
It is such a boon to boxing when the money guy seeks out the biggest events and the best fighters. And Canelo, that dude ain't scared. He's not scared.
Finally, we're gonna see the two best of this era fight each other. This is absolutely the fight of the decade.
You could say the most appealing elements of boxing are its most absolute truths.
These are two of the baddest motherfuckers of all time, and this is a once-in-a-lifetime fight.
The only place to start is the very bottom.
Everybody else been saying, I ain't fought nobody. Every last one of them. Stuff a mud hole in their ass and he gonna be next. Watch.
The only thing to shoot for is the very top.
If you fuck with me, so it's gonna be different.
The only way to get there is to fight for it.
Viva Mexico, cabrones!
The most important thing to understand about Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford is that they're fighters. And so conflict is in their nature.
Fucking awesome. Thank you, guys.
Okay. Do you generally like or dislike your opponents?
Generally, I don't give a fuck.
Tension in their temperament.
You wanted this. Go get it. He got all the belts over there. You gonna take them motherfuckers from me.
Collisions, the most inevitable part of their path.
We want to know who is better out of those two great legends. That's why we're here, right?
You got Terence Crawford and Canelo both saying, this is my era. Somebody's right. We got to see who.
How they fight will be how they're remembered. Ultimately, it's about their legacies.
The countdown is on to their meeting in the ring. But the story of their journey there is anything but complete. As the two best fighters in the world risk everything for history.